Oh man, I can't remember when I last attended PAX. It must have been about, 2013 or so, back during my DigiPen days. Now since then, with passes being ridiculously hard to get a hold of, I've had to let it slide the past few years. However, thanks to some friends with some sweet connections, I was able to go this year. Got to play some kick-ass demos, went drinking with some fellow YouTubers, and scored some sweet, sweet merch. Of course, there were a couple things I spotted at the con that were, well, just disappointing. Booth babes being effectively banned from the expo hall, more typos in the program than I could care to keep track of, PAX pushing fucking Fortnite and PUBG harder than a woman delivering overweight triplets. But Riot Games. Oh boy. Riot Games. Now, as some of you may know, Riot has put themselves in a bit of hot water over the last few weeks. Other outlets such as The Quartering have covered Riot's rather quick pivot towards the inky black tentacle-shaped arms of social justice. Last I heard, Riot announced that they'd be implementing a diversity and inclusion department, and there's been talk of Riot calling gamers man-babies when answering questions of diversity. Hey Riot, did you take your marketing strategies from EA by chance? Now this brings us to Riot's station at PAX, room 613. This is a room where Riot was holding several sessions in which you could talk to Riot devs about the games industry. For those of you who are League diehards, sounds pretty sweet. Except, of course, there has to be one woke little catch. From League's subreddit, room 613 will only be available to women and non-binary people until 2:30. After 2:30, everyone is welcome. And what sort of things might be discussed until 2:30? Well, according to the League of Legends website, you have the following. 1. One-on-one resume review and feedback from 10 o'clock to noon. 2. Presentations on art and champion design, how to be a producer, narrative writing, production careers, game design, and advanced cosplay from 12 until 3. So 12 to 3, 6 items, which means that, by Riot's own announcement, if you aren't a woman or gender confused, you basically only get to see the stuff on advanced cosplay. That's it. If you were unlucky enough to be born with a dick between your legs and a repulsion of dresses, too goddamn bad. Now, as someone who wants to design games professionally, who plays them constantly and loves to talk about them, as much as I hate League, this sort of information would be a goldmine to anyone looking to get into the games industry. A fucking sit down to pick up your resume? Stellar! Learning how to do narrative writing for a game studio? Getting an inside scoop on that? Dude, fucking sign me up! Oh, wait, no. I guess I'm too straight to do that. Riot, please. You don't know what you're doing here. Thousands of people come to PAX every year, some cosplaying as the characters that you have created. Male, female, in between, you've accumulated a massive fan base, and many of these people would kill for a chance to work on League. I would imagine almost all of them, in fact. Hell, maybe that should just be your hiring process from now on. Closed arena, and all applicants get to use the weapons of their favorite champions. 5-on-5 combat, and whoever survives gets the job. Nothing says true equality like a good old gladiator match, am I right? But seriously, look at it like this. The resume review is a sort of impromptu job interview, and Riot seems perfectly willing to throw out 30% of their applicants who may still be talented individuals that have something to offer, and by some extent, 30% of their customer base, simply because they're men? If PAX were a university campus, and Riot were a teacher offering job advice only to women, you bet your ass I'd be filing a Title IX suit about this shit. Don't give me that private company bullshit. We have laws against things just like this. Companies are not permitted by law to discriminate on the grounds of race, religion, ethnicity, sex, or sexual preferences, and these are laws that the Convention of PAX upholds. Riot, you do realize that what you're pulling with Room 613 is potentially grounds for a lawsuit on either yourself or possibly a suit against PAX itself for discriminating against certain attendees? Did you even think about that? Did you think for a second about that? Look at how women-only screenings went down of, what is it, Wonder Woman? Yeah. Those got shut down pretty quick, and the same thing can happen to you if you're not careful. Now, to be fair, these aren't actual job offers. I mean, really, to make a lawsuit viable, you would have to prove some sort of loss or damages. but these are potential connections for future job offers that are going only to people who aren't men. That is sexual discrimination, plain and simple. And you know what? I'm going to cite PAX's stance on this, or rather their rules as stated in their program. PAX endeavors to create a space that is open, accessible, and welcoming to everyone. Well, you know what, Riot? I'm going to play your little game, and I'm going to play by your own rules. Let me tell you, this game you're playing of inclusivity is deeply, deeply flawed. You want to bar me from your info sessions just for being a man? Well, then I don't feel like I'm welcome at PAX any longer. If the convention wants to condone Riot's discrimination, then maybe I feel like I'm being left out. You don't want PAX to think I'm being excluded, do you? Now, the comments on this particular topic in the League subreddit are being moderated quite heavily, but there's one line here that would have made far more sense had Riot chosen to make this as their statement. We're having a panel focused on insert group here experiences, but everyone is welcome to attend. Boom. There we go. You want to have info sessions intended for one group, Riot? Fine. But you cannot outright ban another group from attending, let alone when vital information that could land someone a great job is being given, based solely on their gender. Look, there are other panels at PAX dedicated to minorities and marginalized groups, but none of them have the disclaimer that men aren't allowed. Now, given the wording on your page, Riot, you don't single out gay men and make an exception to them. You just say no men at all. That's pretty bigoted, don't you think? Look, Riot, unless you want to go the way of EA and Battlefield 5 and sink like the fucking Lusitania, turn your goddamn ship around. This is what the comics industry has been learning the hard way, and you are doing no better. If you want to make a game, or in this case, run a company that is truly accessible and inclusive, you have no greater audience than everybody. Man, woman, trans, trap, what the fuck ever. If you make a game that everyone can enjoy, and likewise include everyone in your panels, you'll get nothing but a steady cash flow and a stable community. Otherwise, if you want to pander to the teal-headed cross-dressers over in the corner and shut those who actively want to work with you out in the cold, then I've got only 4 words for you. Get woke, go broke. Buck out. Thank you so very much for watching. Go ahead and subscribe for more content, hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, or leave me a comment to let me know about your own thoughts on the matter. Good hunting to you, and I'll see you on the next one.